So if you want to take out that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day. You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Broken arm! Broken arm! Broken arm!
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now! She spit in my face!
Today's video takes us somewhere inside Great Britain, where we find a Frauditor, much to my chagrin, acting just like his American counterpart. Oh my gosh, our sickness has spread across the pond and the world will never be the same. It appears as though these idiots are all in countries all over the world. But this guy wants to know if he's being detained, what offense he's committed, so on and so forth. The arrest is very brief at the end. Pay strict attention or you might miss it because the idiot's potato cam shuts off abruptly. Nonetheless, he's still arrested, so it's a good day anytime a Frauditor is arrested. Enjoy!
Morning.
Hiya.
Afternoon, rather.
Right.
Okay, go have a quick chat.
Good chat.
Yeah.
What for?
We've had a call from the Nightingale Hospital. You find no problem with you filming, just let you know we wear body one, which does likewise, okay?
Yeah, but I'm on public, and I'm just taking some photos.
I'm not saying you're not on public property at the moment. That's not what I've said, is it? I've just been asked, just wondering what the nature of your visit was. You've been down to the Nightingale Hospital before here, is that right? And they've asked you to stop filming.
I'm just
because you're
taking
on
some.
private
No, I'm
property?
not. I wasn't on their property.
Well, they've said otherwise. Right. Have you got any identification, you say?
Do I need to identify myself?
Well, I'm just asking for your details, I mean, just so I can establish who it is.
Do I need to identify myself?
I have no idea where all this nonsense began, if it started out here in the United States or wherever, but apparently it's spread around the world. And now, Great Britain is suffering from the same disease we have here in the United States of America. Don't want to identify yourself? You're taking pictures. You have rights. Well, of course you do. I think you also have the right to be arrested in Great Britain, just like they do here in the States. Oh, what a lovely thing that would be. Let's continue.
I'm asking you for to do it, because at the moment I'm just trying to work out what, if anything's, going on.
I've not committed a crime.
Whether or not there's any offences that are taking place.
I've not committed no crime.
If you've been filming on another premises when they've asked you not to,
I have not been on their premises at all.
they say, obviously we weren't there, they say otherwise, so at the moment we're just trying to bottom out. I don't see there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously,
I've
we've
not
got
been
a
on
job
their.
to
I've
do.
not been on their property.
Okay, but at the moment they say otherwise. Can you show us a footage which would obviously prove or disprove that? Because your camera would be able to tell if you were or weren't.
Yeah, I can prove that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you mind showing us the footage then?
Really?
Okay. From what I can gather, after you've left, there was some words that were exchanged and you've shouted some abusive comments back towards the staff.
No.
Oh no, Frauditor. Say it's not so. Somebody shouted abusive comments at you? It wasn't profanity, was it? Oh, how awful that is. You're going to have to go home and find a safe space. Maybe Mom will bake you some chocolate chip cookies and some warm milk. But what you have to understand, Frauditor, is that you're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. And I think you're part of the problem. You don't care about anything except for clicks and views on your pitiful YouTube channel. Why would you stand out in public and take pictures of something that doesn't concern you? Well, there's only one answer. But let's see those shiny bracelets. Well, I don't know if they're shiny in Great Britain, but they're lovely bracelets. Let's see them go around your wrist.
No abusive comments. I was not shouting at them.
That you shouted some comments. That can be classed as what we call antisocial behaviour. So under Section 50, the Police Reform Act 2002, we have a power then to request a name and address from the individual that we suspect of being involved in it. That's the legislation. You're more than welcome to have a look at that one.
What's the word? Oh, well, I know that legislation actually.
Yeah, okay, so you will know that that's correct, and you know that then it becomes an offence for you not to give it to an officer.
I have not acted in any antisocial manner.
But that's the allegation.
I know that's the allegation.
So have you got some identification on you that...
I do not need to identify myself. I've not committed a crime.
I've just quoted to you the legislation that goes with it. Because if you are shouting and abusive towards a member of the public or a member of staff at the time...
I was not shouting.
Oh, my fault. I had it all twisted. I thought it was the other people who were shouting profanities at the Frauditor. Apparently, it was the Frauditor that the one was shouting obscenities. Oh, I understand now. Well, I take back what I said then. But he's still probably going to need a safe space because I think he's going to have to share a jail cell. Oh, with drunkards and other dregs of society. Oh, that's not going to be nice at all. No, my goodness, that's going to be quite unkempt in there. How terrible.
I was not shouting. I was not shouting.
It's just an allegation, isn't it?
I know it's an allegation. I was not shouting.
An allegation made, so we need to identify who you are.
No, you don't. I've not committed. Have I committed a crime? What crime do you suspect me of committing?
I've already explained
it could be a public order offence, couldn't it?
Public order?
So if you've been shouting and swearing down there...
I have not been swearing and I have not been shouting.
Well, that's the allegation's been made.
I've
That's
asked
your
you
side
if
of
you
the
can prove
story.
it on the camera, and you're not willing to do that. So I've asked you to try and meet us halfway, and you don't seem prepared, or wanting, or willing to engage with us. So it's a perfectly civil question that I'm asking. I don't think I'm asking the world.
Am I being detained?
This chap has definitely been watching his American counterparts. Now, first of all, he doesn't want to identify himself. Then he's completely innocent because he's taking pictures in public. And now he's asking if he's being detained. Well, you're being questioned by 2 police officers. I would say at the very least you're being detained. Now, if you have a pair of handcuffs on, I would say, yeah, absolutely you're being detained. And then once you sit in the back of the police car and you're on your way to jail, you could pretty much ascertain that you have been arrested, and yes, you are being detained, and you'll be booked soon. Oh, being booked sounds like a lovely time to me.
I'm trying to figure out how...
Am I being detained?
Being argumentative at the moment.
I'm not being argumentative. I'm trying to get to the bottom of if I'm being detained.
At the moment, if we suspect there's an offence, then potentially yes.
I've not been shouting, sir.
But I don't know.
You're falsely accusing me.
I'm not falsely accusing you.
Not
I'm not
falsely.
accusing
We work
you
on
of anything.
allegations. That's what police work on.
Sir,
Section
am I being
24 of
detained?
PACE allows officers to arrest. We arrest on suspicion of an offence. We're not proving anyone guilty. I'm not arresting you. I'm just saying at the moment there's an allegation of an offence.
Am I being detained?
Powers under.
Am I being detained?
Sir, I'm trying to explain that you keep.
Am I being detained?
Sir, you keep talking across me.
Sir, am I being detained?
Answer the question.
This idiot only wants to hear himself talk. He doesn't want to hear the officer talk. Because if you listen carefully, the officer did say he was detained, and he's trying to identify him at this point. So yes, until you're identified, you are being detained. But the idiot has a one-track mind, and he wants to control the conversation, but he's not able to. He wants to manipulate the officer into thinking the officer has done something wrong, so the idiot can keep on filming and upload the content to his YouTube channel. That's what all these frauditors do. Doesn't matter what country they're from, they're all of the same mindset. Stupid.
At the moment, if we suspect an offence, then possibly, because if I can't work out who you are, then I can't deal with it in any other way. Because
I have not committed an offence, sir.
With all due respect, sir, if everyone that I spoke to told me I didn't commit an offence and I left it there and there was nothing anymore, the police would never achieve anything, would we?
No, I'm fully aware.
Yeah. So obviously, you know that we're duty bound to investigate any allegations. And if you were to report a crime to us, you would want us to investigate it and you would expect us to take all reasonable steps. Is that fair?
Sir, I would like to go home.
I think at the moment you're just trying to be deliberately confrontational, trying to provoke a response, which is all very unnecessary, isn't it?
No, sir.
Oh, the poor lad wants to go home. Did you hear him? I just want to go home. Well, perhaps if you had a pair of red shoes and you clicked them 3 times together, you and Toto would be magically transported back to your flat. Well, in this case, your temporary flat will be the county jail, or whatever they call it there. No doubt about it. Enjoy that.
Why is it not? I've explained, you've asked for legislation, you say you've moved up in the laws and stuff, so if that's correct, you know that legislation, you know that that is a true and accurate thing, isn't it? I haven't made it up. You're more than welcome to look.
Am I being detained?
We're trying to work out an offence, and at the moment you're making it very difficult.
Have I committed a crime?
Just want to bear with, and I'll give him a quick call, find exactly what he's saying, and we'll work out from there.
Right, I'm going to go, sir.
No, you're not. At the time being.
Am I being detained?
Sir, we're trying to talk to you, trying to be as sensible as possible. You're making it very, very difficult, and if you want to, that's absolutely fine, but it just means that this process is going to take that little bit longer, isn't it? So
Crazy people don't know they're crazy, and this lad must be crazy, because he's standing about taking pictures of things he shouldn't be taking pictures of. Why is that? Well, most likely the same thing across the pond as what happens here. He's uneducated, unemployed, and has no chance for a real job, so he stands around with his potato cam all day. Now let's review what we know so far. He hasn't committed a crime, he doesn't have to show ID, and he still wants to know if he's being detained. And we're how many minutes into this video? Well, it'll all be over soon, no doubt about that.
you're going to have to bear with us.
I am not making it any harder, sir. I've got to get going, sir.
Oh, you're going to be late at this rate, aren't you? Because we need to get your details.
Have I committed a crime?
Well, we don't know yet. That's what my colleague's on the phone for. My colleague's going to speak to the person that's called us, and then we'll know, won't we? All right? Did you understand?
Understand what, sir?
The reason why we've been called and there's been an allegation made against you.
There is an allegation. So
There
you
is an
say,
allegation.
so that's what you're saying.
There's an allegation that's been made that
Of
you've been
what?
swearing and shouting in the
Me
street.
swearing
down
and
there.
shouting?
Yeah.
I must profess that I don't know the laws of Great Britain, but I would imagine they are quite similar to what we have here in the States. You do have freedom of speech up to a point, but when it comes to harassing and threatening people with what you consider to be free speech, is what is considered to be hate speech and profanity, then there's a thin line there that's drawn in the sand you're not supposed to cross. Yeah, sure, you can say whatever you want to a point, but there are limitations, and I believe that's what this lad is going to learn in just a few moments.
I've not been swearing and shouting, sir.
That's what most people say when we go and speak to them, isn't it? If we went, like my colleague said, if we went by everyone that said that, we wouldn't get very far, which is why we have to investigate it. Which is why we need your details so that we can contact you if we need to. So if you give us your details, we can contact you if we need to. The likelihood is we probably won't. Once my colleague's spoken to the other people, we know what's going on.
Sir, I've just spoken to the gentleman and he's given us a call, and he's saying that once you've left the site after being a bit confrontational with him, you've used words to the effect of, "you fat cunt."
No, sir.
That's right, Frauditor. You keep calm and act confused. No, sir, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. Oh, but on the contrary, the police have witnesses. Oh, dearie me. Oh, what's going to happen to the poor lad? Oh, that's right, he's going to be arrested. Let's get to that part because we've heard him argue long enough. This is bloody boring.
Suspect an offence has taken place, which would be a Section 5 public order offence, okay? With that, I then have to investigate the crime as I would do any other. Part of that is when an identified suspect comes to our attention, and you say match the description of the offender that was passed to us in that incident, I then have to record suspect details. If you are refusing to provide it, under the PACE Section 24, in Code G, you're giving me a necessity for arrest to ascertain your name, to ascertain your address. If I cannot do that today, I will have no other option then but to potentially have to arrest you for that offence, which I don't want to do.
So you're threatening me
No,
with
I'm not
arrest?
threatening you.
It sounds fairly straightforward to me, just like here in the States. If they can't identify someone who's been accused of doing something, then they're going to have to arrest you and you have to sit in jail until they can identify you. Yeah, it makes perfect sense to me, but of course, I have common sense. Frauditors have no common sense. That's what sets us apart from frauditors. Yes, indeed.
So are you threatening with arrest,
No,
sir?
no.
So
I'm
you saying,
showing
are you going to arrest me?
No, I said potentially. Because I don't want to, because it is a relatively low-level offence for which I can
So
deal with.
you will be arresting me,
in
sir?
another-
Is that what you're going to be
You're
saying?
talking across me again.
Are
I'm
you-
listening to you. Please give me the same courtesy and listen to what I'm saying.
You're not honouring your oath, are you?
Yes, yes, we are. If you do not provide me with your details, I cannot ascertain who you are. So then I would have no lines of investigation, and I would not be doing my duty. I wouldn't be doing the service to the public that we represent and who we safeguard. All right. If I can't get those details, it is quite possible that you will be arrested.
The officer is trying his best not to arrest this frauditor. But you have to remember that frauditors are a stupid lot, and they don't comprehend things the way a normal person would. Now, what do I mean by normal? Well, normal in the fact that if someone tells you you're going to be arrested, you would want to do everything to avoid that. That's why frauditors are not normal. They don't care if they're arrested. As a matter of fact, it makes the video better for YouTube. More clicks and views will come out of it. And that's what frauditors want. Clicks and views for money.
Because I have no other way of progressing that crime complaint. If you reported to me that someone damaged your house, or
So is that
something
what
like
you're saying?
And I let the
You're
suspect walk off
threatening.
because he
You're
didn't return
threatening.
them.
So you're
No,
making
sir,
threats
I'm
to
not-
arrest me.
It's not a
No,
threat.
listen, it's not a threat.
So you will be arresting
It's
me.
not a threat. I've explained to you it's a possibility at this time.
If you don't give us your name
I
and
don't want
address,
to, but
that
I'm not-
is an
very
option we
difficult.
have, yes.
I'm not obliged, am I? What crime have I committed, sir?
Section
I've
5, public
explained it to
order.
you.
Have I, though?
Yeah.
For the purposes of just moving this along, that is my warrant card. It says police officer. Okay? Satisfied?
This idiot is still stuck on the fact that the officer is threatening to arrest him. We just discussed all that, moron. The officer is not threatening to arrest you. Why not just show ID and save yourself a trip to the council jail? No, no, no. It would be much better for your video if you were arrested. I often wonder how people become this stupid in life where they have to resort to this type of trickery to make money. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Why didn't you go to school? Why didn't you acquire a trade? Why didn't you do something promising with your life? Yeah, contribute to society. Now there's a novel idea.
Police constable is my title. I hold the office of constable. That is neither here nor there, and I think you're just being obstructive. I've said to you, I don't want to arrest you. I want to deal with this sensibly and proportionately. However, I will if I have to, because I cannot possibly progress this any further if I don't know who you are. All you'd have to do is give me your details and I can work it out from there, and I can do slow time inquiries if need to be, or we can bottom this out here and now. So it's 12:43, I'm arresting you on suspicion of section...
Well, there you have it, folks. That was an abrupt ending. The police moved in rather quickly, said, "You're under arrest," and boom, that was the end of the video. I don't know if that was on purpose or if the idiot just edited that part out, but that's where the video stopped. Anyway, our sickness has spread across the pond. What a bloody mess that is. I'm almost certain that this nonsense started out here in America because First Amendment audits. They don't have a First Amendment in Great Britain as far as I know. I'm going to have to feign ignorance on that. They may have a constitution like ours, but it's not exactly the same. Be that as it may, the idiocy has spread around the world. It's everywhere. Oh, there's no stopping it now, is there? Well, if you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons on my channel, please subscribe. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Cheers to that.